Well, good morning. I'm Don Klein. I'm the Chief Executive Officer of the Greater Nashville Association of Realtors, and it is my thrill and pleasure to welcome you to this special event today. This is an occasion we have looked forward to almost since the beginning of the year, and it is a terrific experience to be here to announce something very special for Greater Nashville, for Middle Tennessee, and for some very important partners. We have some special guests with us this morning. I want to acknowledge Charles Bone, who is the chairman of the board of the Middle Tennessee Transit Alliance. We have several special guests from Lipscomb University and the Nelson and Sue Andrews Civic Institute for Leadership. We have several people from the board of directors of the Greater Nashville Association of Realtors, and some others who are it is just a pleasure to have you all here with us. And what I want to do is let you know that we're going to hear from several special speakers this morning, beginning with Alice Walker, who is the 2011 president of the Greater Nashville Association of Realtors, who has a special announcement. Then we'll hear from Ed Cole, who is the director of the Transit Alliance of Middle Tennessee. We will then hear from Linda P. Schott, who is the Nelson and Sue Andrews Institute for Civic Leadership director at Lipscomb University. And then we'll hear from Ralph Schultz, who is the president and CEO of the Nashville Area Chamber of Commerce. And then Alice will close us with a few other comments. But it is my pleasure to welcome Alice to the podium to make this very special announcement. Alice, welcome.
Thank you, Don. The Greater Nashville Association of Realtors is pleased to announce that the National Association of Realtors has provided us a $10,000 grant to support the Citizens Transit Alliance. We're here today to celebrate that grant and present it to Ed Cole, Executive Director for the Transit Alliance of Middle Tennessee. The Transit Alliance will direct the Citizens Transit Academy in cooperation with the Nelson and Sue Andrews Institute for Civic Leadership at Lipscomb University. The Greater Nashville Association of Realtors is thrilled that the National Association of Realtors has chosen to fund this grant, and with an amount as large as this. We're fortunate to have the support of the National Association of Realtors in this incredibly vital issue, and that we've got the leadership in this region that is committed to this, making this possible. We're hoping that this grant will provide the guidance and help to the Citizens Transit Alliance Academy to help leaders in this area understand the importance in making a better future for our region. We are honored and appreciate the opportunity to support this academy, and we're very fortunate to have the leaders, the visionary leaders in this region. They're going to build the best future possible for Middle Tennessee. So now I'd like to have Ed Cole come up with me and present a very large check that symbolizes our support and commitment to the Citizens Transit Alliance. And even more important, we actually have the real check that you can deposit for that. So here we are, Ed. Thank you very, very much. This out of the way.
Well, thank you very much, Alice, for making the presentation. Thank you to the Greater Nashville Association of Realtors for the work that went into applying for this grant. Most importantly, that work represented a commitment that realtors in our region have in looking at our future. There is no group of people that know more how important where one lives, where one works, and the access that one needs in living and working and playing than realtors. And to have the Greater Nashville Association of Realtors recognize this and present the Transit Alliance of Middle Tennessee with this support of our Transit Citizens Academy is an incredible, incredible moment in our quest for mass transit in Middle Tennessee. So again, Alice, thank you. Thank you to you on the board. Thanks to Don Klein, the executive director, all of you that made this possible. This brings together an incredible moment of three things. Number one, realtors and people in our region realize that mass transit in our future is important. Secondly, a group of dedicated members of the board of the Transit Alliance of Middle Tennessee, headed by Charles Bone, who is here with us, from all 10 counties in our region, understand the importance of leadership in talking with citizens about a long-range vision. Many of us will not be here when the kind of mass transit that we envision is in place. And to have leaders willing to step up and talk about that very long-term, that very complex issue is incredible. They are backed by the Mayor's Caucus of Middle Tennessee from all 10 counties, our elected officials who have said we are willing to step forward, but we need citizen support. And then the third leg, and that's the Nelson and Sue Andrews Institute for Civic Leadership at Lipscomb University. Because this process of leadership and acknowledging a future that we can't quite yet visualize but we know is important requires education and understanding and patience by all of us who will be there to make this happen, and our kids and our grandkids who will enjoy the accessibility that mass transit will provide. The Institute is designed in the legacy of Nelson and Sue Andrews to educate citizen leaders on complicated issues, to provide support for our elected officials and for those who have responsibility to make our future happen in a way that we wish. And to have this grant from the Greater Nashville Association of Realtors through the partnership with the Nelson and Sue Andrews Institute to allow us at the Transit Alliance to create an academy that at the end of 2012 we hope will have brought 150 to 200 leaders in our region through a 7-session, 2 hours each, experience of understanding the need and the dimensions of mass transit. That's an amazing investment in our future. And this check and this gift today from the Greater Nashville Association of Realtors is a magnificent beginning on that effort. Without it, we wouldn't be able to begin with our pilot class, which will have its first session next month and begin the odyssey of this training as we take these steps toward mass transit. So thank you again, Alice. Thank you to the Greater Nashville Association of Realtors. Thanks to the Transit Alliance. And thank you to the Institute for Civic Leadership at Lipscomb University. What a great day it is. And this will be just like this 25 years from now because we'll have mass transit. How about that? Thank you.
Under President Randy Lowry, Lipscomb has adopted the idea that great communities are intentional, not accidental. With that in mind, I want to thank first the Greater Nashville Association of Realtors and Ed Cole and the Transit Alliance for asking the Nelson and Sue Andrews Institute for Civic Leadership to take on the issue of transit as the first issue for the Citizen Leadership Academy at Lipscomb. We believe that thriving communities depend on educated and informed citizens, and we are thrilled that we'll be able to work with the Transit Alliance with the support of this wonderful check from the Greater Nashville Association of Realtors to begin the first Citizen Leadership Academy on Transit beginning in July, as Ed said, next month. We know that we can educate and inform citizens to help our leaders make the best decisions for the common good. And we invite you to join us at Lipscomb in those conversations.
Well, good morning, everyone. And Ed Cole, I want to tell you, I plan to be here to see this transit plan enacted. I don't know about all the rest of you, but I plan to be here. A couple things we'd just like to say. First of all, I want to say congratulations to all the parties involved in this. The Greater Nashville Area Realtors, the Transit Citizens Academy, Leadership Academy. This is a great combination of numerous institutions to focus attention on one of the crucial needs for the future prosperity of this area. As we look around us, as we look out at the intersection, as we look behind us, we see that prosperity creates traffic movement and the need for transit. And nothing is more important at this point in time than putting together a plan and moving forward with a plan that creates options and alternatives for people to be able to move around this great community. So it's with great gratitude that we say to all of the involved parties, from Lipscomb University to the Greater Nashville Area Realtors to the Citizens Academy, thank you for undertaking this important task to create understanding and following for the idea that transit is one of the most important ingredients of the future success of this community. Thank you.
Thank you, Ralph. In closing, I'd just like to again thank everyone for being here. We'd especially like to thank TDOT and the effort for allowing us to be out here and to do this and all the work that they do constantly. And just again in closing, to see what an important issue this is and to see the great leaders in Nashville that we have here, from Ed Cole to Ralph Shorts to Charles Bone to Randy Lowry, everyone here that is committed to this. And again, thank you so much for being here, and we appreciate your support in this effort.